Hey y'all, I'm back to share my knowledge with you once again. If you're just seeing this and missed part 1, make sure to click the link in the video for that. But otherwise, we'll get into things pretty soon. Just as a quick recap, we've just covered the origins of Vocaloid and Hatsune Miku, and we're just getting into what came of that. Where will we go next? Stay tuned and find out. So, Miku, eh? Crypton really hit a great success with her. But before we get more into Miku, there's some history behind Crypton's success with her release for Vocaloid 2. Even before Miku, Crypton was fairly successful with their previous 2 Vocaloid releases of Meiko and Kaito. Although Crypton marketed them as their own products, these 2 were actually produced jointly with Yamaha. Crypton's role was in the marketing and the distribution of the product, as that had been their forte at the time. But what's really interesting about marketing is how seemingly small choices can completely change the course of a product. And that's exactly what happened when Crypton decided to stick character art of their Vocaloids on the box to describe their visual characteristics. What made these 2 more popular than Leon and Lola was that Crypton was not only selling voice banks, but actual characters, and that people could get behind them. They figured out that the Doujin community really cared about characterization, so they used what they learned to develop the turquoise-haired girl we all know and love for their landmark release in 2007. Now, it wouldn't be a stretch to call Crypton's producer, Wataru Sasaki, the father of Hatsune Miku. In designing her, the choice was made to leave her as more of a blank canvas. They listed her design, so age, height, weight, and nothing more. Her name comes from the Japanese words for first, hatsu, sound, ne, and the nanori reading of future, miku. The voice actress, Saki Fujita, was picked to provide the donor voice, and after many long recording sessions, the voice bank was finally completed. Realizing that the appeal of their previous Vocaloid Meiko was due to her existence as a character, they wanted to build upon that and let the Doujin community decide how to define Miko's personality for themselves. Soon after her release, Crypton opened up an online community called PiaPro, where Vocaloid fans could upload their Doujin works. This, coupled with Nico Nico Doga's rise in popularity at the time, drove Hatsune Miku sales through the roof. So much so that Crypton couldn't even keep up with the initial demand. Over the next few years, Crypton released Rin, Len, Luka, and others for Vocaloid 2 software who had all similar successes following their sisters' footsteps. Other companies moved in to have a piece of the pie as well, and Vocaloids continued to boom in Japan. Some say that the popularity of Vocaloid in Japan was due to the inherently Shinto culture. Anthropomorphism was part of its core. There are many other examples of this type of object personality in Japan, such as OS-tan and anime like Akikan. But sadly, the culture in the US is very different, and cute moe designs are regarded as kinda weird. Nevertheless, it's pretty interesting to note that Crypton's label, Karen T, made the majority of their sales from American consumers at the iTunes store. Funny how these things turn out. The Vocaloid craze spawned many different subcultures around voice synthesis as Miku gained popularity throughout 2008 and beyond. One of the most interesting ones is something called utau. Think Vocaloid, but with user-created voice banks. More on this, Miku, and other Vocaloid-inspired software in part 3.